Hey guys and welcome back. I guess you are here because of the newly launched CB300F with OBD2 norms and the killer pricing. CB300F at that pricing from Honda, is it possible? Yes, it is possible, and I'll tell in this video about my practical experience with this bike for last 2 months. So I can give you a brief about this bike. What are the things good in this bike? What are the things are not good in this bike and you should consider it or not? What are the better alternatives? I will compare it with GIXXER 250, VSTORM. Both I have ridden. I can compare it with Dominar as long as it goes to the vibration part. So we'll cover everything regarding the suspension, regarding the sitting comfort, regarding the pillion comfort. Yeah, everything will be covered. The modifications I've done so far, and which are the, I think it's a mandatory modification if you're buying this bike. So be prepared to do them if you are willing to buy this one. And I'll also cover some of the most frequently asked questions, and this will be a Q&A sessions as well. So let's get started. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Rajiv Shakar, and I live in Howrah, and I own a CB300F for last 2 months, and I will be reviewing this bike as an owner's perspective, not a biased review by any means. Honda is not paying me a single money. So first question from Abhishek Chakraborty is one of the most asked question, even I asked in some videos, that what is the service cost in big wings. So I have only done the first service of my CB300F, and in there they don't charge the service charge, but only for the spares and lubricants, things like that, which are changing. So I have lubed my chain and changed the engine oil. They charged me for 2 liters of engine oil and the chain lube for 250 rupees, and the engine oil costed me around 1400 something. So around 1700 you can approximately spend for the first service. So if I consider there will not be any significant changes, significant service required for your bike apart from cleaning, lubing, changing engine oils and changing the brake pads and air filters, according to my opinion, and as far as I know from the big wing, it will go anywhere around 3000 to 3500. So the next question from Abhishek Chakraborty was, how is the quality of plastic and the paint quality? So previously I have owned a Yamaha. My friends own Bajaj, Apache, GIXXER, Suzuki basically, and yeah, one of my family members do own a Honda also, Unicorn. So I can easily tell you that in plastic qualities, Honda is not doing very well. Plastic is like very bad in Honda bikes. So if you're really looking for that robust feel and that no movement at all in plastic parts, you will not be getting in this bike. Okay, there will be some amount of flex in the body panels, like the side panels of CB300F, there is a flex, and the rear panel is also not very, like, the quality of plastic is not very good, but it's not something that it will break and fall apart from the bike. It will rattle, no, it will not rattle, but definitely the lifetime of the plastic used in Honda will be less as compared to Yamaha or Suzuki. For my Yamaha SZR, it's been 12 years and the same plastic things is going on still well. Not a single crack, not a single breakage. But I've seen Unicorn's plastic breaking apart, fall apart, things like that after 10 years. So that's the thing you have to keep in mind. Honda is not very good in plastic. Now coming to the paint quality, I have no objection or no complaint about the paint quality of CB300F. It's fantastic. If you look at the glossy red color, oh man, that bike is gorgeous. The color is gorgeous, but I'm not a red fan, so I went for the blue one. The blue one comes with a matte finishing, and the moment I bought the bike, I decided to paint it or a lacquer coating or like ceramic or lamination PPF, something to make it gloss, and I have done it. You can see it in popping up here, the matte to gloss CB300F, only one available in India right now. No videos for that. Obviously, you will not be finding any serious content on CB300F in YouTube nowadays. Do follow me guys. Like this video if you like. If you're liking, if you're getting any value out of this video, like this video. share this video, comment down so that I can reach out to more people. Come on guys, come on, come on, come on. What are you doing guys? I'm giving you the content. You're not giving me likes, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah. Final conclusion. My conclusion is no worry about paint quality. Paint quality is perfect. It is cheap plastic. Opening the parts is very easy. Follow my video to know how to remove each and every body panel. It takes around 8 to 9 minutes to remove each and every plastic parts from the bike. You can remove it, you can paint it. It will not be cost like a bunch of money. It will not break your bank. Come on, you can do it. And the cheaper plastics come at a lower cost also. So don't worry about that. If you are breaking any parts, you will be changing it in insurance. So no worry at all. Don't go for like costly ceramic coatings or things like that. It's not mandatory. Just if you're thinking to carry a tank bag, do a lamination, do a PPF. I've seen Bajaj rattling, I've seen 220F never stopped rattling, I've seen Dominar rattling. So why are you guys worrying about like plastic quality? What will you do with this plastic? What will you do? Tell me. If you fall from the bike, if you met with an accident, will the plastic save you? Even it's made of metal, will it save you? Tell me. It will not save you. The body parts is just there to like cover the internal parts and to make it look cooler. What are the things? It's not a car. You are vulnerable anyways. Can center stand be installed? Oh my god, no man. No provision for center stand. You cannot install center stand in this bike. Scram doesn't come with a center stand, and that's a spoke wheel bike. So by chance you have a leak in the rear tire, so you are okay. By any chance you want to put it in center stand, buy a paddock stand, invest 2000 rupees. What else? A paddock stand will do wonders for you. It can do you can do many things with it. So invest in a paddock stand. Nowadays it's not very costly. This is a lightweight bike, 153 kg only. So the paddock stand might not be very costly. You don't want to buy a like liter class segment paddock stand for this. Any paddock stand of 1600 rupees, 1700 rupees will do just fine. If you take a look around my channel, you will see a lots of bike being modified, being worked on. So center stand is necessary if you are working on your bike. You are like changing the swing arm, you're changing the suspension, removing the engine from the chassis. All are necessary to have a center stand. But if you're not doing anything, you're servicing it in the service center, what are you looking for? Why you need a center stand? To load the bike? These side stands are well capable to like carry the load. You want to carry the like saddle stay, saddle bags and things like that. Yeah, it can take it. The side stand is very strong and sturdy. So no worry at all. अब जो है सो है, नहीं है stand तो क्या कर सकते हैं. चलो, move on to next question. Now Sogat asks, I'm supposed to buy my first bike. I have heard that there are some vibrations felt at 70 to 80 km per hour. So is it something noticeable? I haven't had much experience in riding bikes. I've only ridden 110cc bike. So any recommendations? So I've already put in a comment to Sogat, but I want to cover this topic in this video because the CB300F, honestly speaking, is very much defamed for this vibration part. Now, I want you to clear out one thing, the basic thing first, that any bikes above 250cc, if it is a single cylinder engine and it doesn't have a forged piston, forged cylinder, like race cylinders, MotoGP technologies, the piston will be much heavier and it will be difficult to balance it out. While the peak torque is generating that peak RPM, in CB300F it's 5500 RPM, the peak torque of 26 Nm Newton meter is generating. So at that point of time, at that particular point, it is very difficult for the engineers to balance it out unless it has a very light piston. So the counterbalancer is also struggling, also like very much well engineered to like eliminate 99% of the vibrations, but there is still 1% vibration left. That vibration will create a buzziness around the flimsy parts. So as Honda comes with a flimsy plastic quality, so the tank itself, there will be a little vibration. As I felt in my case, there is a little vibration in tank. Like when I ride, I like grab the bike with my legs, between my legs. So I feel a little bit vibration around that RPM. And in the 5500 RPM, the bike is around 95 km per hour. When you are above 6500 RPM, the vibration is gone. So between 5500 to 6500 RPM, between 95 to 105 or 108 kilometers per hour, there is a buzziness. I will not say it is a vibration, because that buzziness is still there in FZ15 around 110. It's there in Dominar starting from the idle. You ride it, there the plastic parts, that's the most irritating parts. They vibrate, they create that resonance. So the feel of vibration, the buzziness, it's coming from them only. When you are above 110, you are above that peak torque curve, the vibration is gone. And that vibration between 95 to 105 in top gear is the place I will not stay. Okay, so either I will stay at 90 or I would stay at 110. Choose your like spot to be in. Every bike at its peak torque will vibrate. There will be some vibrations, so not a big deal. Get your basics right. Every bike, like I have ridden GIXXER, I have ridden VSTORM. VSTORM creates the peak torque around 7500 RPM. So there is also vibration in 7500. If you ride the like VSTORM in 130, 125, there is vibration. So it is integral part of that engine. You cannot ignore that. So you have to accept that. But you cannot ignore the fact that this bike does have a very, very interesting or exciting torque curve. The power band is so damn good. You ride it, you will know that this is not a linear power curve. The power across the low end is superb. The bottom end punch is superb. It is like a blessing to ride in city, in traffic, with pillion, with fully loaded bike. I have saddle stays, I have top racks, everything possible installed in my bike. I have tried riding it in locally with the saddlebags to test it out. It is so capable to ride with a pillion. If you are thinking of touring with pillion, and some of you thinking, how can you tour with that pathetic back seat? Yeah, I'll coming to that point also. I've done modification. Both seats are modified. Around 2500 it costed me to modify both seats, and now it's the best seat I have ever tested. So I'll come to that. Now coming to the vibration, ride it and you will know that the torque band is like very interesting, very exciting torque it offers. So it will take you 220 rapidly quick. Okay, it is even quicker than Duke 250. Check it out on YouTube. There are so many drag races. No one can be faster than CB300F from 0 to 120. But above that, it's little bit slower. You have to understand the torque band. It can be designed according to the engineer's choice to like designate a particular duty to a bike, designate a particular role. Now this bike is designed to offer better bottom end power, bottom end torque, to ride mountains, to climb up mountains easily. You will not be riding in mountains into 120, 140 kilometers per hour. You will not be cruising either. So unless you are a racer, the top speed of 140 or 160, I don't think it's like matter to you. It should matter to you. It shouldn't matter to you. It doesn't matter to me. Like, first identify why you want this bike. Okay, if you are really want to like feel that excitement in the top RPM and top speed, like 160 kilometer, your dream is to achieve 160, don't buy CB300F. It will not take you above 145. I have not taken it to 145. I have reached so far 144. So it's not designed to supply enough power, enough torque in the top RPM. So the torque band is up to 5500, 6500, 7000 RPM max. Don't push it above that. Occasionally it can go up to 9000 RPM, but it's not designed to do that. So keep your basics right, and these are the honest opinion I can give it to you. Now coming to Sogat's question to conclude, and coming for a 110cc, you will definitely feel that vibration, not in the 70s or 80s, but anyhow you will feel the vibration. When I was returning with this bike from the showroom, I got it from Berhampur, which is around 250 kilometers away from my home. So when I got this bike and ride back home, I felt like, remember I'm coming from a 150cc, I ride it all the time for the last 12 years. So vibration is a new thing to me, a new chapter in syllabus. So when I'm riding it at 100, I felt like I've done a mistake. It's not my bike, it has vibrations and things like that. But after 2 months clocking 1,000 kilometer, I feel like this vibration is the thing why I ride this bike. You name it vibration, you name it buzzing, you name it whatever. I name it engine characteristics. Get a test ride. Don't just watch YouTube videos and lectures of some YouTubers and decide on their opinion. Why would you decide on their opinion? Go ride your bike. So now, before coming to the next question asked, I'd like to point out some key factors why this bike is unique, this bike is special, this bike is capable, and you should consider this in this price point. It is better than any other bike. So coming to the first point of mine, it is its loading capacity. So its max load capacity is 179 kilograms. So if you consider Himalayan, its max loading capacity is 182 kilograms. Okay. Apart from the bike, it can load up to 182 and CB can load up to 179. So you get the idea. Whenever the loading capacity is higher and you're filling the bike with luggages, a saddle bag, a top bag, a tank bag, a pillion, it will not hamper its handling. It will be steady. It will be like handling like as it is in the highway. So my first point is it's a great tourer. Even if you consider the seat, you have to modify it or you have to adjust with it, whatever you like. If you're good with the seat, you're good to go. If you're not, you can anytime change the foam, you can modify it. I'll come to that. Now, second point of mine, that it's ground clearance. So its ground clearance is 177 mm or something, which is pretty high. So you know the speed breakers of the local roads are pathetically engineered and they tends to hit the bash plate or the double stand pretty quick, the silencer pipe. Yeah, not a single time I have met with this. The ground clearance is so damn good, and this is not the maximum ground clearance it can go. You can like down the front suspension a little bit. There is a like 10 mm of suspension you can adjust. You can push it down. Yeah, there is adjustment. You can adjust it. I'll show it to you, and you will increase the ground clearance furthermore. So that's the thing. It has the ground clearance, which is very important for touring. If your bike comes with a shorter ground clearance, it tends to hit the bump. It is very, very difficult to change the ground clearance, to increase the ground clearance without affecting bike's handling. Because you will, if you change the rear shock or if you increase the front shock, the overall geometry, ergonomics will be changed. The handling will be greatly affected. So that's the thing you have to keep in mind. So please consider that. No one will speak about them. Okay, so my third point is rider's triangle of a bike. So whenever you guys are like checking out different bikes, thinking of buying different bikes, shortlisting different bikes, the bike engine may be good, the bike may be very, very value for money, but the bike may not be good for your physique. Like every human being is different, and we by the virtue, we Indians by the virtue, doesn't have very like full-fledged geometry of Homo sapiens. So most of us are shorter and our hand span is not very wide. So if you are among these guys, like I do, every bike will not fit your physique. Your geometry and bike's geometry will be drastically different, and it will not be very pleasant for you to ride that bike for a longer period of time. So if I ride Himalayan, if I ride Continental GT, if I ride Interceptor 650, the bike is very capable, but the bike is not very well suited for my physique. So that's the thing. You have to try it out. Why I bought CB300F is because of this geometry. The bike felt so natural to me. The handlebar is like surprisingly it's not wide. Every bike comes with a wider handlebar. You go with VSTORM, it's a wider handlebar. You go with FZ15, it's a wider handlebar. But this bike, surprisingly, CB300F doesn't have a wider handlebar. It's just okay for me. My duty is to like sit here and work with the keyboard. So if I have to, like, this is my normal span of hands. Okay, so if I have to do this to grab the bike, this is not pleasant for my muscles. Muscles is not designed or not ready to do that all the time. It's designed to do this all the time. So do give it a test, right? Do like sit on the bike and then decide. It might be a little bit less powerful than the competitors, but it will be a better bike for you if it suits you. Okay, now coming to the next question, how about the suspension? So I'm telling you the honest story. The first day I take it from the showroom to my home, around 250 kilometers, I felt like this is the worst suspension to have in a bike. Like I felt like it will toss me in a speed breaker. Okay, the bumps are so much noticeable because I was not ready to adapt that in a single day. Now, after 2 months of regular riding this bike, I don't feel the bumps anymore. I feel like it's the most stable bike in highway. It can like adapt to the uneven roads. Minor undulations around the road is not noticeable anymore. It will not be bumpy. It's very rigid. It's very good suspension. The Showa is known for its stability for racetrack use. So expect a little farmer side from the suspension, a little bit harder. I would not say harder, but it's a farmer. Not as soft as compared to like Suzuki counterparts. It's a little bit harder. Honda are renowned for its hardness, like firmness. So it's a little bit harder and it will like react very quickly, rebound very quickly when you hit a pothole. But I feel like it's the best suspension to have. I don't know if it's the gel seat I've installed in my bike or the modified pillion seat, wider and comfortable. Maybe due to that, the feel of the bike changed. But I think you will have to spend some time to adapt to the suspension of this bike. It is good, it is not bad by any means. So don't get into that thought that this is a pathetic suspension. Even I like want everything perfect. I wanted everything perfect in my bike. So I decided to use the Unicorn monoshock in the rear because the suspension felt so hard and firm. So decided to go for Unicorn. But I don't think I need the Unicorn suspension anymore because it feels like home. It feels like you're in the bike, not on the bike. You're so confined in that area. It's a pleasant ride to have, and yeah, I'll any day suggest you to go for this. So Deep asked about sprocket changes and how it can increase the top speed. Yeah, if you install a smaller rear sprocket or a larger front sprocket, the speed will be increased depending upon your power band. If the bike has the main power band towards the lower end of the spectrum, like between 0 to 5000 RPM as CB300F do, changing the sprocket and the final drive ratio, I doubt it will change the top speed because it doesn't have that much torque in the top end to push the bike higher. Yeah, if you change the sprocketing in any higher revving engine, it will do wonders. But if you change it in a city bike, in a touring bike, in a low-end powerful bike like CB300, I doubt it will not change. So you can try and I'll tell you what sprocket would work. So quite a bit of research involved in this. So you can install CB300R's sprocket kit. The entire kit is compatible with C100F. The CB300R comes with a 2 teeth less in the rear sprocket, also 2 link less in the total chain. So it's direct compatible. If the front sprocket is compatible, I'm yet to confirm that from the showroom guys. So I'll definitely try that out if I get the opportunity to use any older sprockets from CB300R, but I'll not buy one because see, I've done this many times in my previous bikes and many other bikes as well. I can give you 2 like conclusion for this modification, like changing the sprocket, what will happen and what will not. Now coming to the first part, as I've already said, if it is a high revving engine, then the top speed will be increased. If it is not a high revving engine, it will not push the bike to the top any further. Eventually it can be reduced. You can obtain the same top speed in a different RPM, like a lower RPM, but the top speed may not increase. This is the first thing. The second thing, whenever you are like changing the sprocket, a bigger rear sprocket will always give you a better mileage. Whenever you are reducing the rear sprocket size or teeth number, the mileage will be dropped. Check it out. Just change the front sprocket. It's easier to have and is easier to like experiment with. If you have 14 teeth front sprocket, change it to 15 teeth and you will immediately notice the bike will be very smooth. The speed will be obtained at a very lower RPM, but also the mileage will be dropped. And if you are using a smaller front sprocket, like you have 14, you go for 13, the initial torque will be increased. The bike will be a little harsh, I would say, because it will take a more RPM to cover that same speed, and the mileage will be dramatically improved. So that's the thing. That's my learning, and that's I want to share with you. Now coming to the final part of this video, final question I would say is from Abhishek Sarkar as well. You guys keep asking me question, I'll get back to you. I hope this video like adding any value to your life, your like decision making. Now Abhishek asked me, how will you compare this with the GIXXER 250? So not only GIXXER, I can compare this with any like sub 2.5 lakh bikes out there. So first of all, GIXXER is not in game anymore. I'd pick CB300F over GIXXER naked one any day. What I will consider is VSTORM as a contender for CB300F. I'll come to that later. First, let's eliminate GIXXER 250. So GIXXER 250 is very basic, doesn't have any like exciting part for me. The bike doesn't look like premium from front end. Like I'm very confused when I see GIXXER 250 from front end. Is it a GIXXER 250 or GIXXER 150? Somebody said me it looks like Ducati Monster, the headlight. Okay, everybody has different perspective. I don't feel like it's a Ducati Monster. By no means it's exciting for me. It's like it will hamper the aerodynamic, bro. The headlight is like flat. I have SMK Twister. The front part of the SMK Twister is flat, and it's like terrible at high speed. It's like wobble around. Okay, don't get me wrong, I have the right size. Still, if I use the same size from MT, from exhaust, it will not wobble. So I think it will somehow hamper the aerodynamics. I'm not sure about that. I've not ridden GIXXER 250 in very high speed, but the bike design wise is not very appealing to me. The tank seems very smaller. The seat is comfortable, but the tank is very smaller, and the front appeal is not very good for me. Secondly, it doesn't have any like extra features like traction control. So coming to the practical part is the seat you can mod anytime. GIXXER comes with a like a softer seat. You can add gel seat to CB300F. You can add 1 inch of high density foam. You can add like latex to the seat. Doesn't matter. You can modify it. Just invest some time. The things you cannot change, the design you cannot change, the geometry you cannot change, the feel you cannot change, but the seats can be changed, the lights can be modified. You can anytime buy auxiliary lights. I have already installed auxiliary lights in my bike, so that's the thing. Now coming to the engine, as I have already said, you have to understand the power band before buying a bike and what kind of responsibility are you giving to your bike. So if you are like giving the responsibility to overtake any Duke 250 in top end, you have to like kill any Alto 800 or Alto K-Tron in highway, you should buy a GIXXER. It will push to 150. But if the duty of your bike is to carry a pillion in mountain, in traffic, when fully loaded, with saddlebags, top bags, fully loaded, when I mean it, then the CB300F is your companion. It's capable. The torque range is very like confined to the lower RPM, so it will pull harder. You will have a much better riding experience with CB300F. Okay, the GIXXER has a better mid range and the top range, I agree, but the top range is not that great in CB300F. It can go up to 130 easily, not above that. You have to really tuck down and push it, like become one mass with the bike to push it to 140. With a pillion, single it can go anytime 140. That's the thing you have to keep in mind. Like, you are paying like 210,000 for CB and 220,000 for GIXXER, so the price difference is not that big of a deal. So you cannot expect like hell and heaven difference from two bike from this range of pricing. The Honda got the pricing right now. So think about a product from a price point of view. When everyone is saying it's a killer price, they mean it. I mean it. It's a killer price. That's why I rushed to the showroom to get one for 210,000, because I think this price, at that price point, this bike is a killer bike and it can beat anything. It's the best bike out there in Indian market now. Now coming to the like my perspective, if the pricing of two products is right, then they will not be dramatically different from each other. They will be comparable. There will be minor changes here and there. One is marginally better than other, but not like a dramatical difference. So that's the thing. Now compare it to other bikes like VSTORM. I've ridden VSTORM. Doesn't feel like that much connected to that bike. Very tall bike. Yeah, the feel of the ADV bikes, the perspective it gives to you, the over the top of traffic, it's nice. The suspension is nice, everything. This is the same engine comes with GIXXER. Nothing extraordinary, not very exciting in low end. It's just for the highway. So you are going from here, from your home to mountain, to Darjeeling, to Siliguri, very well. Now your struggle starts. Whenever you are above 3000 altitude, it will struggle. As compared to CB, it will pull a little better. The CB300F is designed for mountain, as it's going to sell in Argentina, Brazil. So it's designed for higher altitude performance as compared to other bikes. So that's the thing you have to keep in mind. So this is a tremendously long video. If you're watching this video till now, I do appreciate. If you're really looking forward to buy this bike, I hope this video, Q&A session and my honest opinion helped you out. And I hope to see you next time in my video. Do subscribe to my channel. I always try to add value to your life. I try to give you my honest opinion from my experience, from my knowledge. Anytime you can comment down and I'll get back to you. So it's better to do a Q&A session, and I'm thinking of like doing live sessions as well. If you are interested, do let me know. And do share this video with your friends, with your family members, whoever is willing to buy CB300F. And yeah, the first time Honda has done the pricing right for the Indian market. Don't give it a second chance. If you really want to buy a 300cc at this price point, no one is giving you 300cc. Any day a 300cc will be like better capable from a 150cc or 250cc. So I'll leave a playlist here. If you are still watching and interested in CB300F or do own a CB300F, do check this playlist out and save it, bookmark it. I will be adding videos to this, and all the videos are useful. I've already done like 2 horns video and lamination video, and fork seal guard, Zana accessories, LED light, driving lights, seat modifications, handlebar risers. These videos are still pending. I'll upload it as soon as possible, depending on the interest you guys have in this video. See you next time. Do get your test ride and tell me how it was. See you next time. Till then, take care and bye bye.